Welcome. We're going to do a 45 minutes Pilates class for you this morning or this afternoon. Whenever you want to do it, please feel free to play this at any time. Nice and gentle Pilates. I will offer modifications if there's any moves that you feel are a little bit too challenging for you. Always take it to the floor. Think about reducing the length of the arms, the length of the legs. And remember, just breathe. If we can always remember Pilates breathing, inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Now this workout is without music, but please feel free to put on some nice relaxing music of your own choice. There's lots of options on Spotify and other music platforms I'm sure you can choose from. All right, let's begin. So let's just think about centering through the feet. So if you want to close your eyes here, please do. So we're trying to feel the connection through the feet into the mat or the earth. So just thinking about the 4 points of your feet from the big toe to the little toe, round the sides into the heels. Working up through the knees, just through the legs, just checking the knees are not pulling up into the quads, not pushing back, nice and relaxed. Coming up through the hips, have a little wiggle if you need to, just to relax there. And then when you're ready, taking in a nice deep breath through the nose and a slow exhale through the mouth. And if you like, we'll add a little arm and a little knee bend, so inhale up. And then slowly peeling those arms down, pushing the fingertips away from the shoulders, exhaling through the mouth. And again, inhale up. And exhale out. Let's do that another couple of times. Inhale up. And exhale out. And last time, inhale up. So now we're going to be working a little bit with balance. So when you're ready, we're going to lift those arms forward, stretching up to the top, lengthening through that spine, and exhale out. Now, if you want to, we're going to add a little heel raise. So working with balance, using our breathing for control and concentration. Letting those arms come down nice and gentle. Inhale up. If it's a little bit too uncomfortable or you find that you can't keep your balance when we're up on our toes, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Just keep the feet flat on the floor, not a problem. Inhale up and exhale down. Good, now we'll just change those arms slightly. So inhale up onto the toes if that's working for you this morning. And then exhale, pushing those fingertips around and slowly down. And again, inhale up and exhale, slowly round and down. Just feeling that stretch on the underside of the foot, working into that plantar fascia, stretching out into the arch. And last one, release, well done. Then we'll just inhale, arms up, and then with your right arm, releasing, follow it with your head. And inhale back, and then with your left. Good. And repeat, inhale and exhale. Now follow me with your head just to allow for an opening of the chest. Nice little bit of rotation around those hips. And last one each side. Now if you think, oh, I'd like to do a few more of those, please feel free to increase these repetitions. I'm not doing too many, so we're always aiming for about 8. I know I'm not always going to do 8 with you in this workout, but please feel free just to extend it if needs be. Good, and then exhale, pushing those arms round. Lovely work. Let's just bring those arms up one more time. Now pushing the arms out to the side, it's just like we're going to plank forward, just hinging forward. And then as we exhale, we bring the chin to chest. And then slowly roll up. If you've been in one of my classes, you know sometimes I get toes confused with fingers, but you know what I mean. Pushing forward, chin to the end of the mat, feel the stretch into the glutes and the hammies. Push those fingers back a little bit to really get that stretch in. And then release when you're ready. And roll up. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up and exhale. Pushing forward, feel the stretch, and lovely, and release in. Good. Now from here, just a nice gentle roll up, And then we'll have a gentle roll down. Bring the head back in line. Just feel growing through the spine. With an exhale, nodding the chin. Remember those 7 vertebrae in the back of the neck or in the neck. Feel the stretch at the top of the shoulders and then release. Breathing in and out nice and regularly on the way down. When you're here, if you need to, please bend the knees. If not, keep the legs nice and straight. And then we'll just push those fingertips towards the back of the mat, just to really finish off that stretch in the back of the legs. With a little exhale. And then when you're ready, inhale to exhale to roll up. One more time. Oh, I'm enjoying this. And we'll go one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, stretch across the shoulders and then roll on down. Very nice. Now this time we're going to stay down with the mat, fingertips to floor. Now walking forward, if it feels too challenging, please go straight to knees. But if you can, we just stay here in that nice high plank, pushing the heels away towards the back of the mat. Just concentrating, making sure those hips are nice and even. Remember, head in line with the spine. So if you feel you're looking up, you feel the stretch there, that's not a good place to be maybe. Just eyes forwards, no wrinkling in the back of the neck. Well, apart from age wrinkles, but hey ho, can't help that. And then when you're ready, we're going to just modify this to knees, flatten the feet, and then we roll from knees to hips, to belly button, to lower ribs. And then just hovering above the mat with that nose. And then when you're ready, pushing that nose forward, come up into a cobra, and then let's tuck those toes and come back up into that high plank. So remember, you can go back to knees if you like, but if not, if you're feeling up for the challenge, slowly bending those elbows. When you just get above that mat, push forward on the toes, eyes up, and then release thighs to floor, and then that gentle roll through. And we'll do that one more time. So remember, you can come to knees if you like. I'm just going to walk back a little bit so I'm not sniffing the carpet. And then when you're ready, just releasing those arms, raising the mat, pushing forward, thighs to mat. Good. And then from here, just coming into our 4-point kneel. So here I'm going to turn my mat around. Okay, so now I've turned my mat so you can see from the side. We're coming down into our 4-point kneel. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Very good. Now, just working in opposites. So stretching out the left leg, raising that right arm forward. Now from here, we're just going to come into flexion. So we're just going to curl knee and hands in together. Allow that neck to curl in as well. So inhale, exhale, hold. Inhale, exhale, out. Now keeping this arm nice and supported, nice and strong. Inhale and exhale. And then we'll do 2 more. And exhale. Inhale and lengthen through the toes and fingers. Good. Now let the toes and fingers come to the mat. And exhale up. Good. And exhale up. How are we doing? Okay. So after a while, it does get a little bit challenging, especially in the support arm. You start to feel that. Maybe you feel the middle of your belly beginning to drop, but really use that exhale. So you feel those obliques working. Good. Now hold this one up for me. Turn the palm towards the floor. This time we're going to sweep out. 2 breaths. Oh, feel the challenge. You'll feel this down the hammy, in the back of the shoulder, working across the body. Good. Is it good? I'm not sure. We'll just do 2 more. And last one. Good. And then let's replace that arm. We'll just swing that leg out to the side now. So flexing the toes towards the shin, working through the front and the back of the leg. You'll feel this starting to work into the glutes and the ham. And last 2. I'm getting a sweat on. And last one. Good. Now take that foot out to the side. Stretch it out. Now same leg, same arm. Inhale up and exhale. thread needle. Now with the leg out, you really feel that stretch into the inner thigh, really working through those leg muscles, nice and rotational for the torso. Looking up at the hand, following it with your head, so we're getting that real rotation going. And one more for good luck. Hold it up, have a little stretch up, and then let's just release to floor. Ooh. And if you like, sit over that leg, push the hip out to the side, take the hands to the opposite way, arm on top. Allow the head just to rest in between the arms, and just really switch that hip out to stretch down that side. Lovely. Good. Now, shall I turn the other way to repeat? This is where I have to switch my brain on, because now I have to remember. Hey ho, doesn't matter if we get it wrong in the sequence. Now we're just going to curl in first. So remember, inhale and exhale. Lengthening. Lovely. Just think about pushing the toes and the fingers away. Flexion into neutral position. Keeping that support arm nice and strong. And last two for good luck. And last one, hold it out. Tip to floor. Exhale up. Inhale down. Oh, felt that sagging then. Good correction. If all of a sudden you feel this is happening, just straighten up. I think one of the great things about Pilates is it does make you very body aware. So if you feel something's not quite right, have a little tweak. Good. Now shall we hold it up? Turn palm, sweep out. 2 breaths, turn palm back. Good. Now if you start to feel your wrists, please put a towel underneath your hand, or just take a break. Remember, it's not about causing pain. You want to feel your muscles. And then release. Bring that arm back in. Toes flex towards your shin. Kick out. Pull back. Working front of the leg. Back of the leg. Well done. And we'll just do 2 more. And last one. Oh, I can feel around the sides mid belly. Good. Now let's take that leg as far out to the side as we can. Inhale, same arm, look up, and exhale under. You can allow the support arm to bend so you get that a little bit further round. Stretching into that inner thigh. If you're not, point the toe. Play with the position of the foot, the angle of the leg, till you feel it. And last 2. And last 1. And release. Well done. Bring the hand in, sweep the leg back, push the hip out to the side, sit across it. Take the arms across, hand on top, head underneath, and just enjoy a lovely stretch. Woo, well done. Good, and then from here, come back to your 4-point kneel. You can have a little cat, and then if you want, a cow. Inhale, just keep breathing. Allow those elbows to go out to the side, just to get a stretch between the shoulder blades. And exhale up. Well done. Okay, so from here, we just take those hands forward. Just take the legs back into your high plank. Remember, your knee is always an option. Okay, so from here, we're just going to work a little bit more. Let's come down into a low plank. Just pushing those heels away. Breathing out, really feel those oblique muscles just around the side of the body. Now we're just going to add a little bit here, but if you think, oh, do you know what, this is challenging enough, even this is too challenging, always put the knees down and just relax. Maximum of 30 seconds, especially if you have high blood pressure, so just take it easy in between. This is fine, take a breather, But if not, if you think, no, bring it on. Let's have the challenge. Just gonna fold the arms. So my right arm is on top. From here, I'm gonna open, extend, dip, up, bring that right arm underneath the left. Oh, you've got my best side now. Woo, dip, and up, and we go again. So remember, this can be on knees. So I'll just demo on knees. If you prefer, you can be on knees. That top leg comes up, dip, and lift. Come on down, I'll go back on toes. Maybe I'll find it easier on toes, I don't know. Ooh. You get the picture. And then we just do another two, one each side. Last one. Very good. A little dip. Now that dip is optional. If you think the rotation is enough, that is fine. And from there, dip and up and release. Well done, just come to knees. And let's just push back into that child's pose. Coaxing your coccyx in between your feet. If it's too uncomfortable, open the knees. Using your middle finger, palm of your hand, just easing back, just to get that stretch, tucking in the chin, just to get that lovely flexion to stretch right here. And release, well done. Woo. Now I have my water bottle and towel here, so if you need to have a drink at any time, please do. I'm just going to turn you around. I'm going to start in a nice seated position. So from here, let's see how we go with balance. So lifting that chest forward, growing through the top of the head, stretching those arms forward. Too challenging? Please put the feet down. Very good. Okay, let's all take the toes down and just open the arm and bring it back. So a little bit of rotation. Now I want you to pay attention to your knees. Sometimes when we release the hips, you'll see the difference in those knee height. Let's keep the knee height the same if we can. Now, how do we do that? Not going back so far, really using that exhale. Well done. Good. Now, if you want the challenge, I don't know if I dare do it. Let's pick those legs up. Don't judge me. You can always cross them. Good. If not, leave them out. Lovely work. One more each side, keeping the other arm over the same leg. You got the nervous dog yet? Nearly. I can feel a little bit of timid dog there. That's when we start to shake. Lovely. So let's just stretch forward. Take those hands towards the toes. If they don't go that far, no problem. Tuck the head, nose to knees, and then just growing up through the spine. Nice and tall. Oh, let's have an inhale. Let's spoil ourselves. And then exhale, pushing forward, pivoting forward from your hips, pushing those fingers forward, stretching, stretching, feeling from the shoulders, down the back into the hammies. Exhale, release when you're ready, and roll on up. Good. Now, take the feet to the corners of the mat. We're going to inhale up and do a little saw. So I'm going to take my left arm to my right little toe. Now, because I am guiding, in case this looks weird on the camera, I always teach in mirror, so if you think, oh, it's really our right hand, it's not, well, it is. So if it looks weird, but to me, this is my left hand to my right little toe. Now, as I'm going across, I'm going to keep my sit bones connected to the mat, just to make sure we've got that work going around the torso. And one more each side for good luck. Nice and tall. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Let's inhale up. Scissor those arms together. Push those arms forward. Now either knees bent or legs extended. Let's do a bent knee. Slowly rolling back. As your shoulders touch the mat, stretch out and enjoy. Good. Now, I'm not going to like what I see next on the mirror in the camera because I'm sure I'm going to get a double chin, but hey ho, that's life, isn't it? Let's get elbows on the floor. We're taking in a breath. As we exhale, breathe to your toes. Now I want you to keep your elbows as wide as they are when they're on the floor. What do I mean? Sometimes we have a natural tendency to pull those elbows in towards your nose, but if you can actively keep them open, you'll feel the work a lot more around this part of your torso. In your six pack. Is it 6 pack, 5 and 6 up there? And last 2. Who knows? It is. And last 1. Good. Now, if you're feeling ambitious, we'll take those arms up. And as we exhale, we push the fingertips towards the toes. Hello. And release. Now, if you think, oh, I'm sort of there, use one arm, elbows out. But if you think, no, come on, let's do it using that breath out. Good. Now, if you're feeling really ambitious today, we're going to roll up all the way. But if you think, what? We'll work on some alternatives. Stretching forward if you like. Inhale. As you feel yourself curling towards the top of your trousers, let out that breath. Inhale and exhale. Now, if you think, crikey, I can't do that, we have the power of fling. So there's 2 ways we can use the power of fling. We have a leg. We can place the hands either in front of it or behind it. Inhale, push that leg forward. Sometimes you can get up using that. Let's go down. If you think, I'm almost there, speed is your friend. Okay? So if you think, nearly there, use the knees. You can always use both knees if you like to come up, but just work with what's comfortable for you. If you think, okay, do you know what, I'm going to fast forward past this bit, that is fine. Okay, it's a work in progress. Now we're going to just add on a little bit here. So as we inhale, exhale, come on up, we're going to scissor over or saw over. Inhale up, peel down. Ooh, like it. And inhale. Now this is a little bit, well, it's a hybrid move, so if you think, oh, don't like it, don't add the little saw at the top, just keep those legs together. I'm not going to make the joke. So that's a little move that you might just want to have a go with, or maybe not. Very good. So just swing those arms around. I'm going to change the mat round, just so you don't see my undercarriage too much. Might put you off your dinner. Lovely, so from here, bringing the knee in, just lifting up. And then when you're ready, taking a nice deep breath. Hands just gently over or behind. Lifting the shoulders up and then exhale, 2 breaths out. So think about lengthening the leg. Single leg stretch. If it's too much with your head and shoulders off the floor, please feel free to put your head down. This is also effective, but if you can, using this leg even for support, if that helps. If you really want to be purist about it, hand on the inside of the ankle, on the outside of the knee. If you want even more challenge, let's extend. Inhale. Exhale. Good. How many more? Let's do 4. Let's spoil ourselves. 4. Keeping the upper body slightly open as well. 3. Ooh. 2. And last 1. Now I'm going to give you another option. If you're here, as you come up, take the hand, the opposite arm across. So I'm using my left arm to my right leg. As you come up, that arm extends to the side. And again, using that exhale. Oh, you can hear it in the voice. This is a little bit advanced, so maybe you want to be here, maybe you want to be putting on the kettle, whatever, it's fine. And last 1, and bring those knees in. Oh, and give them a hug. Lift that tailbone off the mat. Well done. Let's place the knees above the hips, arms out to the side. Now I'll say, you know when you're working, when you push those knees slightly away, you feel activation here. As long as you're not feeling excessive lifting here, as long as you can maintain that without lifting or bulging here, that is your neutral spine. But if not, feel free to bring those knees back and work into flat back. So from here, we're just going to do some lovely knee circles. Inhale and exhale. Keeping those shoulders engaged on the mat. Really using your tummy muscles rather than pushing and pulling the knees. And then when you think, oh, that's good, we'll go the other way. Inhale and exhale wherever you feel. Now the range and depth of your circles is entirely up to you. If you want to be on small circles, that's fine. Listen to your body. It's all about listening and working with what's comfortable. Ooh, I'll stop there because I think I've done more one way than the other. So keeping those knees into tabletop. Inhale, exhale, let those legs and knees roll over to your right. Head goes over to the left. And then when you're ready, inhale and exhale, exchange. Well done. Let the knees touch the floor if you want. Always encourage the top knee to get closer to the bottom knee, just to get that lovely stretch around the hip here. Inhale, center. Head goes the other way. Exhale, slowly down, controlling through your breathing. As you can see, my knees do come away slightly, but that's fine. As long as you're trying to get that top knee towards the bottom knee to deepen the stretch. Shoulder blades down. If it's too much for your arms, always bring arms up into cactus. If you like, feet can be on the floor. Whatever works for you, whatever your comfort level is, just work with the variations. Right, we're just going to progress that a little bit if you like. We're going to come over to the side. We're going to hold it halfway down. Extend top leg, extend bottom leg, bring legs back. Woo. And inhale and exhale over to the other side. Extend, extend. So it's a combination of a can-can move with that little side-to-side roll. Should we do one more? Now if you think, oh, top leg on its own is enough, that's fine, use top leg only. If you think no legs is enough, that's fine, just keep the knees bent, but just adding that little hold just really challenges, checking that shoulders down. Extend, extend, bring it back, and release. Well done, and give those knees a lovely hug. You can meet the knees with the nose if you like and have a little bit of a rolling like a ball prep. We've just got a couple more to finish on the mat. So if you like, you can place the feet down just to reset. Place the hands behind the head, just like you do my hair. I'm looking good. No, too sweaty now. Okay, elbows nice and wide. Let's bring those legs up into tabletop. When you're ready, exhale. Come on up. Check those elbows are nice and wide. Now, as I inhale, I'm going to rotate over to my left, extend right. Two breaths. I have got two legs, but just a couple of breaths out for your crisscross. Inhale, exhale. Good. Just always thinking about getting things as symmetrical as you can for you, thinking about how you look. I won't want to watch this video, but I'd like to think I'm looking like I think I should be looking. So I'm working on keeping those elbows out, knee over hip, lengthening, inhale and exhale. Good, bringing those knees. And then release. Shall we roll like a ball, or do you want one more here? You want one more here? Okay, that's fine. Let's extend those legs, and then we'll just exhale up. Very good. Now, from here, if you like, we can place the hands behind the head, keeping those elbows nice and wide. Always bend the knees, if that works better for you. And we'll just do 4 more, 3 more, and last 2. And last one, I'll just give you one more option here. As you come up, open those legs If you're feeling daring, you can let those legs go a little bit lower to really challenge right here. But if you think, oh, too much, just work back through the progressions and modifications. And if you're feeling really strong, let's hold it here and have a little circle. Ooh. Should we circle the other way as well? Oh, we can go there as well. Oh, very nice. And then let's all release. Good, let's bring the nose to knees. Roll like a ball. Now, some people, you may find this challenging, and it's normally due to the physiology, whether you've got a very curvaceous back. So if it's not working for you, don't despair. Inhale and exhale. Back up. If you like, check that balance now. Timmy dog's gone a little bit. Shoulders back, arms back. Nice and gentle. And then let's just release. Well done. And stretching forward. Good work this morning. Okay, so we can come onto our sides. Just laying hips on top of each other. Just find a comfortable position for your head. Now, I know sometimes if you feel it's uncomfortable on your neck, please feel free to place a towel underneath or underneath your arm. What I really want you to do is just feel here it's nice and relaxed. For me, I don't particularly need the towel. I prefer to have my arm bent underneath. Now, if you find this position difficult to maintain, feel free to bring those legs slightly forward. You can probably hear a little bit of background noise. We've got a leaf blower going outside, so please bear with. Okay, placing the top arm, this is my left arm, in front of my rib cage. Now I use this as a little bit of a spirit level to make sure I'm not going to wander away from the front of the mat and open those hips. So from here, let's just do nice, gentle side leg raises. Now, if you notice, I'm putting toes up and heels down. As the toes come up, you'll feel it working into the quad. So push the heel away, you feel it work round into the back of the leg, into the calf, into the hammy, and into the glute. But if you think, do you know what, that has a tendency to give me a cramp in my calf, just nice neutral foot, not a problem. Let's just do another couple. Inhale up, exhale down. Now with the breathing, if you think, do you know what, I prefer to do it the other way round, exhale up, inhale down, whatever works for you, works for me too. And then release. So let's just leave that leg hip height, checking here, making sure I'm not rolling away. And as I exhale, bringing the bottom leg up to the top one. Now I can feel a little bit here, so I think I'm probably just straining a little bit. So I'm just going to remind myself to relax that head. Now if you think, yeah, easy peasy, bring it on. Always extend the top arm up, trying to keep it nice and still. Exhale. That just adds a little bit of challenge to your stability. Good, and then quickly moving on, we'll bring both feet together. I'm going to put my arm down for this and exhale up. Feel the work coming into that oblique muscle down the side. Oh, I'm enjoying this. Hope you are too. Very good. And let's just do 4 more because it feels so good today. 3, 2, and 1, and release. Just for time, we're just going to stretch out, let that arm come up and over, and then we're just going to lift up using this arm here. Ooh, and release. If you want, you can pick those legs up as well, but if you think, do you know what, I just like to lie here for a second and have a nice stretch, that is fine, or 1 leg only. And last 2. Using this arm just to assist, working into the tricep a little bit on that arm, and release. Good. Let's bring those knees together. If you like, we'll have a little stretch here. Left leg comes over, wrap it up with right arm, look over the shoulder. Now using my left hand to lift the body forward, to bring that knee in closer, to deepen the stretch around the side of the leg there, looking over the shoulder. Just holding it for a few seconds. Coming in a little bit more if you want to deepen that stretch. And then when it's dissipated or disappeared, come on over and we'll just do the same on the other side. Remember your setup, towel or no towel, you decide. Top leg goes up, inhale. Exhale if you prefer, exhale up. Inhale down, whichever suits you and your breathing. Oh, it's a nice little cooling down now. Still work, possibly not as intensive. Good, and we'll just do 2 more. Now remember, these reps are probably a little bit uneven, but if you want, we're aiming for about 8 on each side. And then just let that leg stay hip width apart. Exhale, bottom leg up. Checking we're not rolling away. Challenge if you like. Relax. Bringing those legs forward. SOS, no, hold it nice and still. And last 2. And last 1. Hand comes back or hand stays up, you decide. Doing the work here. Maybe you can put your hand here just to feel the oblique firing off. Remember, pushing with the bottom leg as well. With your exhale, anytime you feel any bearing down in your pelvic floor area, women and guys, just let the air go out. No pushing down, no bearing down. And last 1. And release. Stretch out the bottom arm, top arm over. You can just have a lovely stretch here. If you want a little bit more, coming on up, 1 leg or 2 legs. Without the rotation this time. Good. And we'll just do 2 more for good luck. I'm going to split the leg there. And then I'll keep legs together for that one. Ooh. And come on up. Use this hand to assist. Stretching legs out. Let's take right leg over. Wrap it up with left arm. Looking over, using my right hand just to lift the upper body towards the leg. Bring the knee in towards the chest. Just let that stretch soften off. If you want it, lean in a little bit more to deepen it. Nice and tall. And then when you're ready, just relax, turning over. Come back to your 4-point kneel. Again, you can have your cat and your cow here. A little bit of a wiggle and for a bear, whatever. Toes in, walking the hands back, from the toes to the heels, softening the knees if it's too much for your legs, a quick rearrange. And then when you're ready, taking in a breath, connecting the feet through the floor, thinking about the 4 points of connection again. When you're ready, exhale up, breathing in and out as many times as you feel you need to. Let's inhale those arms up and exhale. Very good. I'll just turn and face the camera and inhale up. And slowly pushing those fingertips away. Feel the stretch through the chest, taking the arms a little bit further back if you don't. Let's bend those knees. And exhale. We'll just finish off in the way that we normally do in class, if you've ever been in a class with me. Inhale, palms together. Exhale through the midline, splitting the body in half, feeling the balance between left and right. Hands down, heel of the hands separate, back of the hands. Inhale up into wide arms. Inhale, palms together. Exhale to midline. Just take a moment for yourself. Just rearrange if you need to, feeling that balance between left and right, right and left. And then when you're happy that you're centered, knees are relaxed, hips are released, taking in a nice deep breath and lift the chest. As we exhale, shoulders release, leave the chest up. And one more time, inhale. And then release, inhale up. And exhale. Pushing round. And we are finished. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.